Getting your finances on track is mostly about sticking to principles. Think of it as 90% of the game. The other 10%? Well, that's influenced by bigger economic factors you can't control. Successful people focus on that 90% every single day, shaping a life where they use money intentionally, living on their own terms. The secret formula to doing that boils down to following tried and true principles and the choices you make daily. Those choices are the real deal when it comes to determining your financial success. And finding financial success isn't some crazy secret code only the pros can crack. If you asked a wealthy person how they got there, you'd likely be surprised at how simple their answers are. You might even think, hey, I can do that too. And guess what? You absolutely can. A big part of what successful people do with money is just sticking to basic, time-tested principles, and I'm about to share 6 of those secrets with you. Number 1, pay yourself first. Whether you're making 50 grand or close to $1 million a year, the trick is simple. Save before you spend on anything else. When money's just sitting in your account, it's practically begging to be spent. So set up automatic deposits from your paycheck straight into your savings or investments. Divide it into things like your retirement fund, health savings, and regular savings. This works well because you take the discipline out of having to move the money yourself every time. You're less tempted to blow it on random stuff. Paying yourself first means you're prepping for the future. It could be stuffing cash into your 401k, grabbing some insurance, life or disability, stashing money in a health savings account, building an emergency fund, or paying off debts. By doing this, you're saying, hey, future me, you're important to me. It's not about just covering bills or splurging on fun stuff. It's about securing your financial well-being down the road. Think about it. If you only save what's left after the month's spending spree, it becomes this optional thing that might not even happen. But if you treat saving like a must-pay bill and do it first, you're shouting loud and clear that your long-term financial health is a top priority. Number 2, save for emergencies. You have to stash away enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses in case life gets a bit wild. Why so much? Well, what if you can't work for a few months or lose your job out of the blue? That emergency fund becomes your safety net, keeping the lights on and the mortgage paid. You might think, that won't happen to me. My job is solid and I'm healthy. But many who thought the same found themselves drowning in bills later. They couldn't save for the future because they were busy getting back on their financial feet. When figuring out how much to save, think about expenses like housing, rent or mortgage, taxes, repairs, insurance, utilities, food, debt repayment, transportation, and personal expenses. Whatever your expenses categories are, start building that emergency fund. Tuck away any extra cash like tax refunds or bonuses and set a monthly savings goal. Make sure to keep it simple and set up automatic transfers from every paycheck straight into a savings account. Pay yourself first, like we talked about earlier. Number 3, don't spend to impress. Trying to match other people's idea of wealthy can be a pricey game. The real ballers in finance have their own definition of success, and that's the only one that counts. They'd rather flip societal standards than fake a rich lifestyle just to keep up appearances. Trying to impress others will always make you burn through more cash than necessary. And overspending is the express lane to nowhere when it comes to building wealth. Whether you're rolling in cash or pinching pennies, the temptation to splurge on flashy stuff is common. The latest iPhone, a fancy watch, the newest gaming console, a vacation home, you name it. But all that flashy spending might not add any real value to your life, and you could seriously mess with your ability to save. That's why most wealthy people actually keep it pretty simple. Living modestly lets them save up cash, which they later use to grow their wealth. Plus, smart spending can help you keep debt in check, a crucial step on the road to financial independence. Speaking of debt, not all debts are created equal. Good debt lets you invest in assets that can grow your wealth. Bad debt, though, is dropping borrowed money on things that lose value over time. And it's a lousy way to spend your hard-earned cash. There are all these financial products like credit cards and those buy now, pay later offers designed to tempt you into that trap. Don't fall for it. Here's the golden principle number 3. Never spend just to impress others. It keeps you from blowing your budget, minimizing debt, and if you can swing it, living that debt-free dream. Stick to this, and you're on track to hit your wealth creation goals. Number 4, avoid depreciating assets. Assets hold value or serve as resources with future benefits, basically things you can turn into cash. For personal assets, you can think of cars, houses, collectibles, and investments like bonds, mutual funds, retirement plans, stocks, and the like. But the key to managing your money smartly is to get the lowdown on two types of assets: appreciating and depreciating. Appreciating assets are the rock stars that gain value over time. Invest in or own one, and you've got a key instrument in your growing wealth. Examples include stocks, bonds, real estate, REITs, savings accounts, and private equity. On the flip side, we've got depreciating assets. These are the ones that lose economic value over time, especially with use. Think cars, furniture, electronics, sports gear, stuff like that. The idea is to invest heavily in assets that appreciate in value over time while reducing or, if possible, eliminating investing in depreciating assets. And to that, you have to get as much information you can about the asset. Ask yourself, how long is it going to be reliable? Will it lose performance or appeal over time? And what's the resale or repurpose market like? The answer to these questions would help you better determine and make better choices. When it comes to assets, opt for appreciating ones to build that wealth and steer clear of the ones that lose value. Number 5, invest in what you know. Sure, you want to build wealth through investments, but this is an important principle to embrace. Never jump into an investment blind. Let's say you're eyeing an investment, you've got to get the nitty-gritty of how it makes money. The investment model should be crystal clear on how it meets customers' needs and stays ahead of the competition. That investment should seamlessly fit with your financial situation, including your risk tolerance. It can't be relying on just a handful of clients, products, or processes. Those are like ticking time bombs vulnerable to shifts, market saturation, or supplier issues. If an investment seems foggy on how it stays profitable and meets customers' needs, it's a red flag. Pass on it and keep hunting for better opportunities. Number 6, make money work for you. Lastly, you want your money to do more than just sit there. Invest it wisely and watch it start earning on its own. Think of it as planting seeds that grow into a money tree through time and compound interest. Compound interest takes it up a notch. It's when the interest is reinvested, making even more money all by itself. Growing your money faster than you can hustle for it. Consider stocks, bonds, savings, CDs, maybe kick off your own small business or look into online ventures that bring in income. You can also let your money work by investing in things that pay you back, like dividends, or assets that just keep getting more valuable, like rental properties. Make sure to do some homework. Check out investment info, understand the basics like returns, ratios, and fees. Whatever you choose to go with, the idea is the same. Let your money hustle. It's way better than stashing it away where it just collects dust. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. We'll see you in the next one.